has two parts. The first is the giving. We are giving something to Devi Parashakti. And the second, the more important one, is the accepting. Only when Devi Parashakti accepts what one offers, the offering becomes complete. And this is important to understand the context behind the offering. It is not made out of fear, nor out of greed. When an avatar lands, the offerings are purely a part of the grand Leela made out for the only purpose of enlightenment. So it is clear that the offering is not done out of fear or out of greed of wanting something, but simply out of gratitude, and the whole offering is played out as part of the divine Leela in our avatar, the incarnation lands. And the only purpose of the offering is our enlightenment. Indunibadev Karavaknirayanam Syat Pankajavarabayajapakshara Sarayuktam Angahimabhushana Vichitravasanam Syat Tungamakutajvala Manonmani Swarupam. Connecting with Devi Manonmani to the Dhyana Sloka. Let us see how we can correct the meaning of the chant, which is the Mula Agama Manonmani Dhyana. Dhyana as in meditating on the form of Devi Manonmani, Devi Parashakti, another expression of Devi Parashakti. With a moon-like face, holding Veda on the hand, fire in the eyes, and the lotus flower raising and blessing hands, and one hand with the Japamala. Beautifully decorated with jeweled ornaments in wonderful clothes and shining big crown. Her name is Manonmani. This Dhyana Sloka, when we internalize the visualization of Manonmani beautifully flowers inside us. This is an excellent way for us to connect with the presence, with the being of Manonmani, Devi Parashakti. Dhyana Sloka is the sloka chanted to have an instant connection with Devi Parashakti. As we meditate, it enables us to really visualize the form of Devi Parashakti and enables that connection to happen, that feeling connection to happen beautifully at an instant. Dhyaye Devi Vinetram Sashini Bhavadanam Vedahastam Dadanam Savye Padmam Varadam Apare Chabayam Chaksha Malam Diverabarai Vibhushitatanam Brahmadini Pujitam Devi Deva Manonmani Pratidinam Kamartha Datrim Subham. The translation, we'll look at the translation of this verse, which is the Devi Manonmani. I made it on Devi with 3 eyes glowing like a moon and holding Veda, lotus, and grazing and blessing with the grazing hands. She is wearing ornaments. She is worshipped by Brahma and other many gods and showers auspicious boons for all the actions every single day. This is from the Moolagama Manonmani Dhyana. As we meditate, as we visualize the form of Manonmani, the feeling connection beautifully flowers within us, and we are ready, we become available to connect with Devi Parashakti. As we saw in the visualization of Devi Parashakti, in the being of Manonmani, the gold, the ornaments was pretty apparent. It is quite clear that the divine element, gold, is always adorned, or the deities, the beings are always adorned with gold. It is a pure element, such as gold, that always finds its way, its presence along the divine presence, the divine beings. Vedajitam janman janmanedam hiranyam agnitam priyadamam bahuva somasekam inchitasya rapatata parapadata apamekam vedasam reta anu tatte hiranmayam prividasta tai vise. The translation goes, quickly born by birth is this gold. From the atoms of Agni is one. It becomes dearest to Agni. One fell away from the Soma when it was heard. One they call the seed of virtuous and powerful Apaha. Let that triple gold be for your long life. This is from the Atharva Veda, chapter 5, 28, number 6 word, verse number 6. You can see that gold is a divine element. It purifies anything it touches. It is an element of spiritual significance and great spiritual power of healing enlightenment. The vibration of gold has the power to sattva energy and positive thought currents in anyone who hears and anyone who sees or operates in its vicinity. So it is no surprise that in all our temples, all our possible ways that we connect, we relate with the divine, we always see gold being used. Gold is such a powerful element, has spiritual power of healing and enlightenment. And it infuses sattva energy and positive thought currents to anyone who hears it or sees it. Just to have the darshan of the divine in the gold also has other significance. The Hindu civilization thrived on the banks of the rivers of gold. Indus River was called Hiranyamaya, which is the river of gold. Veda 1075, chapter 1075, verse 8. The river Saraswati was also called Hiranyavartani in Atharva Veda, chapter 661, verse 7. Gold is a supreme element for offering gifts to the ones you love and revere. Temples are constructed and paved in gold. Deities are made in gold and decked and adorned with gold because it preserves their enlightenment. And relate with Devi Parashakthi. Here, we see that Devi Parashakthi is actually fond of true devotion. The sloka goes, Bhakti Priya, Bhakti Gamya, Vashya Bhayapaha, Shambhavi Sharadharadhya, Sharvani Sharmadayini. The translation goes, Devi is fond of true devotion and is realized through true devotion. She can be won over through devotion. She removes all fear. Devi Parashakthi removes all the fear, and the easiest way that we can connect is through devotion, because she's wonderful, and Devi Parashakthi can only be realized through devotion. In fact, the sloka says she can be won over through devotion. Pundi is a beautiful way for us to offer our devotion. As a sign of our devotion, we can make an offering through the Pundi. If there is any fear in the minds of the devotee, Devi is sure to remove that fear. And in the recent times, with whatever is going on, there is so much apprehension, but Devi Parashakthi is here to remove that fear. It is stated that Devi likes to be worshipped in autumn. Autumn not just in the season, but also the autumn of our lives, when thoughts turn more and more inwards, the role of the divine is more and understood clearly at this time. The need for daily worship becomes stronger in this time. Shambhavi means the consort of Shambhu, Lord Shiva. Sharadaradhya means worship by Sharada, which is Devi Saraswati. Sharvani means the wife of Lord Shiva, the consort of Lord Shiva. The Linga Purana says Lord Shiva is called Sharva in this earth form. Sharmadayini means Devi who bestows happiness on devotees. She accepts the devotion from devotees. It is the only thing that moves her. True devotion is the way, is the means for us to connect with Devi Parashakti. Now we can offer your gratitude and devotion to Devi Parashakti by offering your kanika and name shall be chanted out during the Devi. It's a simple way of showing our gratitude, showing our devotion to Devi Parashakti by offering our kanika to Devi Parashakti. It is our way to show our respect, our gratitude, our love, and our devotion to Devi Parashakti. Another beautiful way is to have the Sankalpa chanted. The Sankalpa chanting is the chanting of the conscious resolution, that is the conscious intention. The Devi Mahatmya, chapter 12, verse 34 says, Taitan mohite vishvam, saiva vishvam prashuyate, saya chitta cha vijanam, dushta rudin praistati. The goddess enchants this universe, and she herself gives birth to this universe. The goddess, being praised without interest in anything, gives that leads to salvation and gives wealth in a materialistic sense. This verse very beautifully describes how to get both the knowledge that leads to our liberation and also the wealth in a materialistic sense. By offering the Sankalpa, the conscious resolution, Devi blesses the person offering with all fruition of the desires and wishes all that he is yearning for. This is a very simple and very easy way for us to connect and receive the blessings of Devi Parashakti. Just for $1 by connecting with her, we can receive the knowledge that she offers. We can log on to tiny.cc/Devi-offerings and make this offering. It is the easiest way that we can connect and offer our gratitude and offer our love to Devi Parashakti and receive her blessings directly. The Sahasranama Swarna Kasu is another amazing way. Now we saw how gold, very significant element, it carries a lot of powerful spiritual energy, and simply by seeing it, meditating on it, or being around its vicinity, we are able to receive the spiritual power. Just by its purity, it is able to cleanse our entire system. Devi is called Nama Parayana Prita. She who likes the repetition of her various names, says the Lalita Sahasranama, verse 731. This is the offering of 1008 names of Devi Parashakti. Each name attribute to one of the Ananta Kalyana Gunas, the divine qualities of Devi Parashakti. Each name is a celebration of one guna, one divine quality of Devi Parashakti. This is the offering of the 1008 names of Devi Parashakti. It's a very special and unique archana, which is the chanting of the offered to the Mahadev of Devi Parashakti. We can offer a gold coin inscribed with each of the 1008 names and receive the blessings to have the same Ananta Kalyana Gunas that are attributed to Devi Parashakti. All the divine qualities of Devi Parashakti to be awakened inside us. To receive that blessing, we can offer this Sahasranama Swarna Kasu. We can either make an offering of 75 151 or 251 US dollars. You can log on to tiny.cc/baby-offerings to make this offering. Next is the Mukta Anguti, which is the finger ring with a pearl. The Meenakshi Pancharatna beautifully says, Mukta Hara Lasat Kirita Ruchiram, Umed Vakra Prabham, Sinjanu Purakinkini Manidaram, Padma Prabhava Suram, Sarva Vida Balapradam Girisutam, Vana Sevitam, Meenakshi Pradosni Santatamaham, Karunyavara Nitim. I bow to the goddess Meenakshi, whose crown has garlands of pearls, and the face shining like a full moon, who wears the anklets that are and has small bells, who is shining like the splendor of lotus, who grants all the wishes, the daughter of the mountain, who is worshipped with the goddesses Vani and Rama. I remain ever going to that goddess Meenakshi, the ocean of compassion. Beautifully, this sloka, this verse, allows us to visualize, meditate on Devi Meenakshi in her splendor, in her radiating presence, and connect with her by making an offering of that finger ring with the pearl, the Mukta Anguti. We can beautifully connect with her, offer her gratitude, see her abundant compassion, the blessings of liberation, the blessings of eternal knowledge. Meenakshi, who is the ocean of compassion, is ready to bless us with her abundant compassion. We can make this offering on the finger ring with the pearl to Devi Meenakshi directly ourselves, and make an offering of either 251 US dollars or 501 or 750 US dollars. You can log on to tiny.cc/Devi-offerings and make this offering to Devi Meenakshi. The Swarna Padma Pushpa is the golden lotus. The Kamitagama says, Asta Vidyeshwar Rupeta Kumbha Varana Samyatam Sarve Sasuta Vasatya Eva Pankaja Bhushitaha Sapidana Satur Chascha Papva Bilba Pada Prabha Snapanadhyaya Samsiddha Pam Pramanena Samantitaha. The translation goes, all the kalasas should be wound around with suitable thread and covered with new cloth. They should be adorned with lotus flower made of gold. We saw already why gold is being used in all our temples, all our places of worship where we make offering to Devi Parashakthi, and we connect simply through the element of gold. The gold is such a pure space, a pure metal, which continues to liberate us, which has the infinite capacity to hold the spiritual energy that is being radiated by the divine beings. Here, the golden lotus is used as an ornament for all the kalashas that will hold the presence of the divine beings. To offer this Swarna Pata, you can log on to make to tiny.cc/baby-offerings, and the cost is $600 US to be able to make this offering, to be able to connect with Devi Parashakthi to this Swarna Padma Pushpa. The Swarna Meti is the gold toe ring. Nagadevi Samchanda Nama Janatamo Guna Padadavaya Prabhajala Parakrita Saroraha. You whose brightness from toenails destroys the darkness of ignorance from the minds of your devotees who prostrate at your feet. You whose brightness from your 2 feet overpowers that of the lotus. Now we are singing in praise of Devi Parashakti's golden feet, where when we prostrate, when we surrender, darkness of ignorance is removed. For such an offering, such a blessing, in gratitude, we offer the Swarna Beti, which is the gold ring. To make this offering of $750, you can log on to tiny.cc/baby-offerings. Offer the ring to Devi, adorning our sacred feet, to be in constant gratitude for receiving the blessings in even the most difficult times, most difficult aspects of our life. You can log on to tiny.cc/baby-offerings and offer this vulnerability for $750 and show our gratitude and always be in constant gratitude to be receiving her blessings for every aspect of your life, whatever is going on in your life, whatever difficulties you may face, just to be in constant gratitude with her. You can offer and be in the gratitude, and you can log on to tiny.cc/baby-offerings to offer this extraordinary. The Mamtika is the gold hairline jewelry. Devi Parashakti is called the Siddha Swarupi Sarabhi Varshini, which means she who makes the nectar flow in all our nerves with Sakastara, that is, she who gives the very pleasant experience of the ultimate. The Mamtika Parashakti, to offer our gratitude for this sweet blessing of the nectar flowing from our nerves, from the Sakastara, to receive that blessing, to offer gratitude to receive these blessings. You can go to tiny.cc/baby-offerings and offer the Devi Parashakti the Swarna Mamtika for $750. And of course, the Prataksha Palput offer. Naka Devi Sanchanna Nama Janatamoguna Padadvaya Prabhajala Parak Prata Sarodha, the illumining splendor of Devi in the darkness of ignorance in the devotees prostrating at her feet. Her feet defeat the lotus in beauty. As we saw the shloka 83 of Saudilati, it states that the nails have been sharpened by constantly being touching the grounds of the celestial beings who always prostrate before the Devi. Tamoguna is darkness. In this program, the tamas is indicative of ignorance in the minds of devotees, and by constantly prostrating before Devi, their ignorance is removed and they attain knowledge, they attain liberation. Offering the Prataksha Pada Puja blesses the Yajaman in all auspicious blessings. You can go out to tiny.cc/baby-offerings and make this offering to Devi Parashakti for Prataksha Pada Puja for $1,008. Now, to connect with Devi's feet, the same feet where all the divine beings are bowing down as they come darkness in the minds of all devotees. To remove the darkness, to receive the blessings, we offer our gratitude in the form of the Prataksha Pada Puja. You can log on to tiny.cc/baby-offerings and offer the Prataksha Pada Puja for $1,008. So many ways that we can offer our gratitude and be in constant gratitude and always be connected with Devi Parashakti. it can be a E2D, the Sankalpa chanting, which is just $1, $1 to be able to make this conscious resolution to your name. And the daily Sahasranama cost of the gold coin with each one of the sacred name of Devi. The Mukta, the Swarna Padma golden lotus, the Swarna Meti, which is the golden clothing, the Swarna Mamtika, which is the gold hairline turtle, and of course the offering of the Parashakthi Father Puja, which is the offering of ritualistic gratitude to this Supreme Body of Hindus and to the Mahasanidana, peace and goodness, Bhagavan, Parashakthi, the offering of our ultimate gratitude to receive the ultimate blessings from Swami. And the Vastu Seva is $1,000. To make any of these offerings or any of these offerings, you can log on to tiny.cc/daily-offerings. Now, to make an offering, we can go to tiny.cc/bhavasamadhi, where we register for making an offering. Now, if you feel that you are not ready to make the offering now, but you are interested and you may need help in manifesting the offering that you want to make of Devi Parashakthi, or simply that you need more information, more details, then you can log on to tiny.cc/bhavasamadhi and you can register yourself and mention that you have an interest in the offering and you need help in manifesting the offering to Devi Parashakthi, and you can indicate if you need more details, more information about the offerings. And if you're ready now to make the offering to Devi Parashakthi to show your gratitude, you can log on to tiny.cc/daily-offerings if you're ready. Offer the Seva by next Sunday at tiny.cc/Sankalpa2021. Sankalpa is the conscious resolution, which will be chanted in your name and the names that you want to be chanted. Now, those are the beautiful ways that we can offer our gratitude. And there is one more possible way. We can go log on to our YouTube channel, Kailasa's SPH Nityananda. From here, you can make an E-Hundi offering. As we saw, E-Hundi allows us to give any offering of whatever you feel like out of your sheer gratitude for Devi Parashakthi, for the Supreme Body of Hindus and to the Mahasanidana, is where holiness Bhagavan. You can make this offering. Any amount of any currency, any of your local currency, you can make an offering. For that, you can head out to our YouTube channel, Kailasa's SPH Nityananda. First, of course, make sure that you are subscribed to the channel and you also are receiving notifications whenever there are live videos. Once that has happened, we can click on the current live video that is going on at this moment. Just a minute while it's doing this, right? We are past this one, so you can make this offering to any amount of difficulties. But here, once you have come here, you can click on join to join this channel, and you can choose the package that is of interest. This is to receive exclusive videos and you'll be able to chat the package that you are interested in and click on join. And of course, that will enable you to join the super chat. You can fill in the details here and you can join the conversation that is going on right now. And once you have done can come here. As you see, there are so many participants of devotees who are already joined and part of the conversation. Now, once that has happened, you can click on this icon and make a contribution. For example, here it is coming up as 100 Indian rupees. You can choose by moving this again. You can choose how much you want to contribute, all the way up to 10,000 Indian rupees. And if you click on buy and send, you'll be able to make a e-only contribution. The e-only contribution can happen immediately. You can choose the amount of your picking, your choice, and whatever it is that you feel like you want to offer, you can do so from here. It's easy here, and whatever you want to say, whatever you want to offer your gratitude or want to seek blessings from Devi Parashakthi, you can put your comments here, and you'll see that those comments will show up as part of a super chat that happens. You can join the conversation and make your contribution simply by clicking on this link. And click on super chat, you'll be able to choose the amount of your offering, and when you click buy and send, you'll be able to make that offering. And be sure to put whatever you want to say and whatever you want to seek blessing or whatever you want to say as an offering of that, you can put that also here. As you can see here, JN has made a contribution. Thank you so much, Jay, for making the offering and being a part of this super chat and showing your gratitude for the Parashakthi and Swamitji. In much the same way, you are offering, you also show up here and you'll be able to show your gratitude as a symbol of the gratitude. Then make an offering of equity right here on the. This makes it easy to choose an amount of your choice, your picking, and make an offering. A beautiful day for making an offering. Simply out of gratitude, we have seen that the abundant compassion, the ocean of compassion of Devi Parashakthi keeps on giving, keeps on blessing all the devotees, removing all the fears away, removing all the apprehension, the tough times ahead of us, the current situation, the current pandemic, all of it, the whole fear has been taken away, and the Parashakthi has been blessing us. Swamiji has been blessing us every single day and making herself available more and more in more possible ways, allowing us to connect with her, to offer our gratitude. You can log on to YouTube and you can receive her blessings directly. A simple show of gratitude and connecting with Devi Parashakthi, connecting and receiving her blessings. Now we continue to talk about more ways how we can connect with Devi Parashakthi and how we can offer our gratitude to Devi Parashakthi.
Just be alive for next 3 years. Die within next 3 years. Just don't die within next 3 years. Be alive. Somehow be alive. I'm working sincerely. I will reach you somehow. Somehow I will reach you. I will reach you wherever you are. It's my commitment to humanity. Just don't die within next 3 years. I will reach you wherever you are, whichever corner of the world you may be. I will reach you with enlightenment. You manifesting the space, state, powers, being of Paramashiva. It is possible, and it is possible for you. Paramashiva will reach you with enlightenment science. I know he is going to do the job. Just be alive for next 3 years. Nothing else. In one line, if I have to put it in a simple way, seeing always each other with a tremendous love that everyone is Paramashiva. There starts Kailasa. Whether you hug each other, love each other, or ferociously train each other, the core cognition should be seeing each other as Paramashiva. That is where the seed of Kailasa starts. I will revive Hinduism. I am a Hindu revivalist. Not any revolution, but by evolution. And setting model communities. Kailasas, enlightenment ecosystems, Sarvanyapitas all over the world. All-powerful cognitions, knowledge, only when you live, power manifestation and possibilities manifestation happens. This is a fundamental truth. Celebrate your existence because you are conscious. I am teaching you the pure science of enlightenment. Paramashiva Jnana. I am revealing this science to you all because I love you all. Because I love you all. Hinduism is greater science. We do everything centered on greater science of cosmos called Vedas and Agamas. That is the branding of Hinduism. That is the core center of Kailasa. That is the way Kailasa should manifest and live.
Once, Arunagiri Yogeshwara, my guru, gave me an instruction and then he asked, "Will you do it?" I was shocked. I immediately folded my hands and said, "You are God, you are Shiva. How can I not do what you say?" He laughed and said, "No, only if you know I am the Guru who is going to make you experience God, you need to listen to me." Understand? The most powerful cognition is God is Guru. To make you realize you are God. Only then you will achieve enlightenment. Guru is the manifest form of Paramashiva. Paramashiva is unmanifest source of Guru. Once, Arunagiri Yogeshwara, my guru, gave me an instruction and then he asked, "Will you do it?" I was shocked. I immediately folded my hands and said, "You are God, you are Shiva. How can I not do what you say?" He laughed and said, "No, only if you know I am the Guru who is going to make you experience God, you need to listen to me." Understand? The most powerful cognition is God is Guru. To make you realize you are God. Only then you will achieve enlightenment. Guru is a manifest form of Paramashiva. Paramashiva is unmanifest source of Guru.
Welcome back to the Parashakti's Akashic readings. Now, we were watching, there's so many various ways that we can connect and offer our gratitude to Devi Parashakti. We'll see how we can connect to Devi Parashakti and ask questions and send a message directly while the live version of Parashakti, Devi Parashakti is going on. Devi Parashakti is manifesting in the Nijavatara, the supreme body of the Desan, second Guru Mahasanana, Vishnu and Holiness, Bhagavan, and the Krishna. Let us see the various ways that we can connect and send a message to Devi Parashakti. Through social media, we can briefly connect to the many channels, many possible ways that Devi Parashakti is making herself available, and we can send a question, send a messages. Let's see how in each of these channels. On YouTube video, we just saw the video, YouTube video page, but basically what we can do is we can head out to our YouTube channel, which is Kailasha's SPH Nityananda. A quick reminder that we are not subscribed already to receive updates about this channel. Please subscribe first and also click on the notifications. There's a small bell over there to receive notifications whenever there is any live event or whenever any new video is being posted. You will receive a notification. And here there is a button, join. where you can join and become part of the super chat that is happening, part of the conversation that is happening over here while the live video is happening. For membership, you can click there and join as a member. You can choose your package of membership. Then, where the conversation is going on, you can type in your question. You can ask your question to Devi Parashakthi or seek her blessings for something that you are looking for manifest in life, or simply you can offer your gratitude. On our Facebook page, Kailasa's SPH, GG, and Nityananda Parameshwaran, you can find this page. And first, if you're not liked this page already, please do so. And then click on follow this page. So like the page and then follow this page as well. You'll be seeing the following once you have done that. Once you've done that, you'll be seeing the live video as it is happening. You can go down to the bottom of the video where it says write a comment, and you can put your question there. Your question will be directly addressed by Devi Parashakthi during the Akashic video, and your blessing will be fulfilled. Your blessing will be given as part of the Akashic video. So log on to Facebook. Facebook is another way for us to connect and receive blessings and send messages to Devi Parashakthi. Go on to the Kailasa's SPH Nityananda Parameshwaran page. Make sure that you are following it. Make sure you have liked it, and go down to the bottom of the live video that is playing right now and post your comment. In that comment, you can give your question, your request for blessing, or your gratitude. And the next channel that we can discuss on social media is Twitter. So you can find the handle at Stream Vidyananda on Twitter, and then you can go to this page, Kailasa's SPH JGM, and make sure that you are following this handle on Twitter. Make sure you're following at Stream Vidyananda on Twitter. Once this is done, you can go to the live video that is going on in Twitter and ask your questions in the reply section. We see it that carries the live video of what is going on right now, the Akashic meeting that will happen. There, you can go to the reply section, and ask your question or send your request. You can put a hashtag, ask the avatar, to ensure that your question, your blessing request is collated for Devi Parashakti's Akashic. You can log on to Twitter, find the handle at Sri Nityananda. Go to the Twitter page, Kailasa's SPH JGM, HDH Nityananda Parameshwaran, and find the live video that is happening of the Akashic meeting and reply to that tweet, the tweet that carries the live video. Reply to that tweet and use the hashtag Ask the Avatar. The next possible way is through Instagram. In the same way, Instagram also, find the handle Sri Nityananda on Instagram, and be sure that you are the handle on Instagram, and then go to the comments section. Whatever questions that you may have, you can ask the questions in the comments section. You can ask the questions directly on the Kailasa web page as well. In the WhatsApp chat, we'll actually take a live at how this is looking. Here, you see on kailasa.org, head on to kailasa.org, you see towards the bottom, scroll down. These are the form that already. So click on you click on the chat on WhatsApp, which is towards the left bottom of the screen, you'll be able to instantly send a message to Kailash. And whatever message you send here, we responded to by the Parashakthi using the Akashic. And in much the same way, you go to the right bottom corner, there is a direct chat option also available. Click on this, and then you enter your details. And then you can put your question or message or blessing request or offering of gratitude to Devi Parashakthi. And click on start chat, it will directly send the messages to Devi Parashakthi. These are so many different ways where we can connect and ask questions, receive blessings, and offer our gratitude to Devi Parashakthi, manifesting in supreme body of the subject Guru Mahasanita, Divine Holiness, Bhagavan, and showing our gratitude, connecting with the presence of Devi Parashakthi. Through any of these channels, you can connect directly with Devi Parashakthi. Just a moment here. So we can get familiarized with this page which offers on kailasha.org, go.kailasha.org. There are two possible ways that we can instantly send a message and connect. On the left, you see chat on WhatsApp option. On the right bottom, you see the direct chat option also available. Request all the participants, all the viewers, to log into kailasha.org and check out these two options.
Just be alive for next 3 years. Don't die within next 3 years. Just don't die within next 3 years. Be alive. Somehow be alive. I'm working sincerely. I will reach you somehow. Somehow I will reach. I will reach you wherever you are. It's my commitment to humanity. Just don't die within next 3 years. I will reach you wherever you are, whichever corner of the world you may be. I will reach you with enlightenment. You manifesting the space, state, powers, being of Paramashiva. It is possible, and it is possible for you. Paramashiva will reach you enlightenment signs. I know he is going to do the job. Just be alive for next 3 years. Nothing else.
After we saw the beautiful segment on what are the various different offerings to Devi Parashakti and how we can actually ask our questions to Devi Parashakti, we are now going to be entering into the next segment where we are going to understand about the Bhava Samadhi Darshan. What exactly is Bhava Samadhi Darshan and how can we prepare ourselves for the Bhava Samadhi Darshan? I request every one of you to please come to the space of listening as we prepare to enter into this segment. The first and foremost is dressing up as Devi Parashakti herself. Dressing up as Devi Parashakti herself is one of the most powerful ways and methodologies for you to experience Devi Parashakti in your real body. When you dress up as Devi, you will see that even your consciousness, even physically, you will start relating Parashakti. You will experience completion even in your muscle memory. So take the time and make sure that you're dressing up as Devi Parashakti. Doesn't matter whether you're a boy or a girl, in which gender, which body you carry, but dress up as Devi Parashakti. The next offerings is the offering of Naivedyam to Devi Parashakti. One or more of the Naivedyams that are mentioned below should be offered as Naivedyam to Devi Parashakti. Can be the sweet pongal, tamarind rice, curd rice, murukku, appam, adirasam, palpayasam, vada, laddu. Any of these should be offered, one or more of these should be offered as Naivedyam to Devi Parashakti. Because whenever you offer, you actually know that they are alive, Devi Parashakti is alive. Just like how Sauraneja had shared when he was sharing. He always makes it a point to offer Naivedyam and do any of the offerings YouTube. But make sure he does it. It is very, very important because actually strengthen your cognition that Devi Parashakti, accepting your cognition, accepting your love, accepting your devotion, accepting whatever you are offering. So make sure that you're offering one or more of these Naivedyams. Let us now enter into the Bhava Samadhi Darshan. Katana Shakti Padatva Yadva Padavalokanat Prasada Swaguro Samyak Prapyate Paramam Padam. By the enlightened teachings of the Guru, the Kathana, by the Shakti Pada, the graceful transmission of the spiritual powers from the Guru, by looking at the sacred feet of the Guru, or by the complete loving favor Guru Prasada, the ultimate goal, the space Paramam Padam is attained. This is from the Malini Vijayottar Tantra, which describes about how being with the Guru brings the ultimate enlightenment upon us. The Bhava Samadhi Darshan. It's not an event that happens in the time and space dimension. It happens at the moment when we are lifted out of the time and space dimension. If you see during the Bhava Samadhi Darshan, you will see that you are actually beyond the physical state that you are in. So he says very beautifully, when you forget your body, and Bhava Samadhi Darshan happens exactly in that space where you go beyond your idea of your body, your idea of your mind, and you just let the pure consciousness manifest in you. During the Bhava Samadhi Darshan, our neurons mirror that of the avatar. You will see that your very brain starts mirroring the neuron activity of the avatar. Bhava is defined as directing and activating the emotional and the spiritual energy that is created through that is created through meditation on the avatar. That is the reason when we sit during the meditation, and we really don't have to do anything special. All that we really have to do is just sit and just let that inner space be filled with Devi Parashakti. Just continuously remember her form and unclutch from anything else that is coming in. That's all is needed. You will see that so much of gratitude will start coming in. There is so much of devotion will start flowering in you. Your inner space will be filled with gratitude for Devi Parashakti. Let's listen from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism about the mirroring of neurons, where Swamiji shares the insights about the mirror of neurons. Let's listen.
I am introducing one of the important sacred secret, a spiritual principle to all of you. Please listen. The keyword, mirror neurons. Let me explain the concept. Then we will recognize our understandings with this truth. As I said, recognizing is recognizing. Mirror neurons. Very recently, I was studying a research paper where they beautifully established with various analysis researchers on a very powerful truth. For example, if somebody is swimming in the ocean, you stand and watch. Whatever brain activity is happening in that person's brain, whatever activity is happening in his brain, in his neurons, please listen. Even if you are watching, the same activities are mirrored in your brain. The same neuron activities are mirrored in your brain. Listen. If you are watching totally, the same effect is mirrored totally in you. If you are absorbed in it, you also know a little swimming. Please listen. If you know a little swimming and you are absorbed in it, you are not swimming, you are just standing. Both brains are in the same frequency, the same effect, and no difference. Listen. If somebody is swimming in the ocean, you are standing and watching. If you don't know swimming, if you are not completely absorbed in it, maybe some 80% is mirroring. If you are absorbed in it and you also know swimming, there is no difference at all between his brain and your brain. The mirroring effect, I tell you, if you are watching totally absorbed, the same activity is replicated in your brain, meaning the same kind of electric and neuronic impulses are activated in your brain. This defines This demystifies many mystical phenomena. Please listen. Now you know why just by gazing into my eyes, you are in the space of completion. Why just looking at me, you are in the space of completion. I am swimming in the ocean of consciousness in the space of completion. Even the so-called moments of my screaming, whether I am smiling, telling a joke, or that is why even if you are absorbed in what I am doing, even if you are absorbed in the jokes I am telling you, even if you are absorbed in the actions, like very mundane, me serving food, or ordinary actions, walking, sitting, talking, joking, absorbed in me if I am just sitting in samadhi. But if I am doing normal activities like you will feel comfortable like us. Naturally, you will get absorbed. Even that feeling absorbed will put you in the space of completion. This is the reason why the gold, silk are all put on the deity. Even if you absorb all that ornaments, even that puts you in the space of completion. Usually you do not have the 100% capacity to listen or be absorbed with the happening called life. But if you start doing both, your whole 100% will be on me. How many of you are getting it? Only listening 100% you will not be able to do. Only absorbing 100% you won't be able to do. But that is why here I am playing multiple games. It is literally like a big us. By that time you understand the joke and start laughing, I already moved on to some other verbal jugglery or brain candy. So naturally you are absorbed in total absorption. Actually total absorption, totally being absorbed happens during energization. Whether you are there or not, it's my job. I just pull you to that space during the energization so you cannot escape. And you have to vibrate the same frequency as me. That is why people don't know ABCD of life. Just after the 21 energy darshans, when they go back, it is totally different. Their life is different.
So here we listen from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism how beautifully Swamiji shared about the mirroring of neurons. It does not happen 100% just by you listening, neither 100% by just absorbing, but by doing both. That is when you are totally absorbed. And when you receive the Bhava Samadhi Darshan, you are completely in that space because you are literally entering into the breathing space of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. So naturally, you experience something that is much beyond what you can ever think. The Bhava Samadhi Darshan, the neuron activity of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism in our brain that activates and processes all the observed movements or information of the avatar just by seeing and without the physical act of imitation. So literally at that point in time when we have the Bhava, just by seeing, you will see that your brain starts exactly mirroring that neuron activity of the avatar. And as Swamiji shared, multiple different things to be done so that you can be fully absorbed into it. Because even if you're listening, even if you're watching, your idea might be somewhere else, your cognition might be somewhere else, suddenly you might be distracted about something. Just to make sure that all of that is also taken care, this entire preparation for the Bhava Samadhi Darshan happens. Every single thing right from the beginning of the session is a preparation that will make you give your 100% into experiencing the Bhava Samadhi Darshan and the Akashic readings of Devi Parashakthi. So that the moment you are prepared and have the darshan, it's literally you're completely waiting. The gunpowder is all filled and it just has to be lit. So the compression of the gunpowder is done tightly. And when Swamiji lights it, the explosion happens. So it is very important that we are part of everything. We are there in everything. And that's the only way that we can experience that complete connection or devotion with Swamiji and prepare ourselves for the Bhava Samadhi Darshan. During the Bhava Samadhi Darshan, our entire body silently, without any movement, recreates whatever is happening distances far away and experiencing the superconscious energy that is radiated by the avatar. You will see that your entire physical body, the emotional body, your mind, your cognition, your being, whatever you call, everything is energized just by looking at Swamiji, just by having the darshan of Swamiji, because there is so much of energy that is radiated during the darshan. This science of Bhava Samadhi Darshan knows a no distance, a phenomenon that the modern science is just discovering in terms as quantum tunneling, where our thoughts per second reduces significantly and we relax into the space beyond thoughts, which is the space of thoughtlessness, and becoming mentally at ease in coexisting in dimensions beyond duality. We and the divine become one and the same, unconditioned by the parameters of time and space. So this is actually beautifully described by a video that we'll be watching now.
When people talk about the universe, they usually mean the vast expanse of space, billions of light years across, that they can see with radio telescopes and cosmic imaging.
They think about galaxies and planets and all the big stuff out there.
You have astronomical bodies moving under the force of gravity.
There are laws of nature, and you think that the laws are right once and for all.
However, there is another universe, an unseen world that governs everything we see.
When we go down in size, trillions of times smaller, to the microscopic world, the rules are more intuitive than the ones we're used to from the large-scale world.
The magic of the microscopic universe begins at about a 10/1000th of a meter, or the size of an atom. Matter behaves so differently at this level that scientists have developed an entirely new set of rules to describe what's going on. They call it quantum theory, and what it says is extraordinary.
This baseball represents a subatomic particle, like an electron or a photon of light, that routinely does all sorts of weird, strange things in the microscopic universe. The subatomic version of this baseball can be invisible, can go through solid objects with ease, can be in multiple places at the same time, and can seemingly go backwards in time and change the past. This means I could throw this microscopic baseball to first base and to home plate at the same time, or change the seemingly predetermined outcome of a play while we get all sorts of weird things happening.
If scientists can understand how these weird things work, they'll be able to put them to use in our everyday world, revolutionizing modern computing and perhaps even allowing us to communicate across the cosmos instantly. The key to making these miracles come true is a process called quantum entanglement, and scientists are already harnessing this astounding discovery for both civilian and military purposes.
In quantum physics, what happens to an object over here can instantly affect an object over here, and over here could be millions.
When two subatomic particles interact, they can become entangled. That means their spin, position, or other properties become linked through a process unknown to modern science.
If you then make a measurement of one of the particles, then that instantaneously determines what the behavior of the other particle should be. And when the experiment is done, it's found that indeed the other particle's quantum state is exactly determined once you've made a measurement of the partner particle's quantum state.
That means if a scientist observes one entangled particle and forces it to spin clockwise, the other entangled particle will immediately start spinning in the opposite direction. That seems intriguing, but it's hardly earth-shattering until you consider that the two entangled particles can be separated by millions of light years, and still, the moment you observe one particle's spin dictated the other particle's spin.
That's weird, because it may suggest that information has traveled instantaneously, faster than the speed of light, from one particle to another. I don't understand it. I don't know that anyone does. Spooky action at a distance, as Einstein called it.
Yes. So here we saw a beautiful video. Sorry for the technical glitch. So here we saw a beautiful video on how the quantum tunneling works and how the modern day researchers are actually working on this particular research, where they're trying to actually find solutions and what it is. But there is something much more to it that our ancient masters have already come across with. And this has been the science that is now being proven in the modern day. In a few moments, we'll how this affects the direct mirroring of the brain neurons and if you actually look at it, even the power manifestation and the entire science of Diksha, initiation, everything has got direct correspondence to this science. And it's through the Diksha, through the initiation, through this very same science, that the powers were transmitted to every one of us. Just a moment. Sorry for the technical glitch. So as we were speaking about, so this science of the quantum tunneling that the modern research is just trying to find out and trying to develop, this has been mastered by our gurus, by the Vedic rishis. And Paramashiva himself describes about this in the Agamas. And the very first verse that we heard when we started this particular segment describes about it. It is the word Shakti Pada, through which the quantum entanglement takes place. So this quantum tunneling or the quantum entanglement, it is basically the probability of a quantum particle like an electron with a less kinetic energy to cross over the potential energy of an energy barrier. As you can see in the photo that is there, you can see that literally there is an energy barrier that is there, but this has a potential to actually jump across and go. So that is what is quantum mechanics. An electron acts both as a wave and as a particle. Imagine a scenario. What would happen when less kinetic energy is approaching a hill? Will the electron be able to cross over the potential energy on the peak of the hill? As an electron, as a particle, the electron will require higher kinetic energy to cross the potential energy of the hill, or it will just roll back. But as a wave, electron has the ability to just pass through anything that it wants. It just go through the entire hill, the energy barrier, and go to the other side. So that is exactly quantum mechanics. And that's exactly what would happen in our brain also. Even though we might be having so many different layers of powerlessness, incompletions, and whatever might be the different things we might be in, when we see and when we have the darshan of Swamiji, it is like a force that just pulls you into it. And your entire brain starts reflecting that higher consciousness, that higher state that is being observed during the Bhava Samadhi Darshan. The science behind the quantum tunneling is actually this. And this is the same science that is imposed on people who witness the Bhava Samadhi Darshan. This is because our neurons are able to mirror the neurons of the divine immediately. Through the quantum tunneling, we're able to travel through the divine energy and exactly mirror the same neurons. So the gender you might be, irrespective of anything, when you have the darshan, you have the very same experience that is radiated by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. Let's now understand the science of the Bhava Samadhi Darshan. Bhagavan Krishna actually describes about the Bhava Samadhi Darshan. He says, when he saw his own extraordinary sweetness, when it was reflected out of a jeweled wall, he was just amazed and he said, how unprecedented is this deep and indescribable sweetness of, alas, when I see it, even I need to enjoy its sweetness, just like Radhika. When I see my own sweetness in the mirror, I become eager to taste it, but I can't. After due consideration, I find out that the only way to relish this sweetness is through the vision of Sri Radhika. This is from the Chaitanya Charanamrita, where beautifully you can see that Krishna, to experience himself, has to come down as Radhika to experience him. Because it's only through another being that this neuron activity, neuron transmission happens. And that is the most greatest feeling that you could ever have. The Bhava Samadhi Darshan is the science of Nija Avatara, manifesting Paramashiva. So what exactly happens is that the consciousness, which is the formless energy, you can call it the cosmic consciousness, the Brahman, Paramashiva, you can call anything, which is basically the formless expression of the ultimate, of the cosmos. When it expresses through the being of Paramashiva, which is the Divya Sharira of Paramashiva, the light body, not the physical gross body that we all look at, but through the Divya Sharira. And that manifests as a Nija Avatar, the physical embodied form, for us to experience Paramashiva. This is exactly what happens. So first is the formless space, then it becomes the Divya Sharira, and then becomes even more relatable by becoming the Nija Avatara. So when it becomes the Nija Avatara, when the Supreme Consciousness comes down as the Nija Avatara, it is when we are all able to experience that oneness, that connection with the divine, because you and the divine are now sharing the very same body, the very same rules with which the entire world functions. So you can relate with the Guru, who is an incarnation of Paramashiva himself, of that cosmic consciousness. The deities in the temples reflect the being of Paramashiva, but at some point in time, we still have a doubt whether they're really existing, are they really listening to me? We are not still mature enough to receive that amount, with that amount of subtle expression. Not everyone is available, not everyone is ready in that space. That is when the physical avatar comes down to bridge this gap between us and Paramashiva. Here we're looking at some examples of the three layers of the Bhava Samadhi Darshan: the formless consciousness, the Divya Sharira, which is the light body, which is the being of Paramashiva, and then the physical embodied form, which is the Nija Avatara. Devi Parashakti, who is the formless consciousness, expresses to the being of Raja Rajeshwari and manifests as Nija Avatara, the physical form of Devi Meenakshi. As we all know, Devi Meenakshi took the physical human body, assumed the physical human body, and ruled planet Earth. Raja Rajeshwari appeared only in cosmic expression as a light body, not with the physical body. So she is the being of Raja Rajeshwari. Devi Parashakti herself is beyond form and formlessness. Another example is Bhagavan Subramanya. Bhagavan Paramashiva is the source of Bhagavan Subramanya. He manifests through the being of Subramanya, and as the Nija Avatara came down as Muruga on planet Earth with the physical body to cause the miracles on the planet Earth. This is from the life of Bhagavan. The next is our beloved Swamiji himself, where Paramashiva is the being, is the consciousness who is beyond form and formlessness, expresses through the being of Arunagiri Yogeshwara. As we all know, Arunagiri Yogeshwara, who is like literally Swamiji himself and the Guru of Swamiji. Only Swamiji was able to see Arunagiri Yogeshwara. That was because Arunagiri Yogeshwara existed in the light body. And Swamiji is in that high state of frequency where he was able to have the darshan and live literally with Arunagiri Yogeshwara. And we are all blessed to have the physical avatar of Paramashiva himself in the embodied form, our beloved Swamiji, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashiva. For Mahavishnu Venkateshwara, Bhagavan Parandama is a formless consciousness, expresses through Mahavishnu, who exists as the formless state. He exists as a light being, not carrying a physical form. And when he came down as Lord Venkateshwara, he used the physical body. Even till date, the Tirumala Tirupati temple, the main deity of Tirumala Tirupati, Bhagavan Venkateshwara, is literally like Bhagavan Venkateshwara lived and he just went and became a stone for the eternity to happen, for him to grace the world for eternity. So the physical form of Bhagavan Venkateshwara is only the current body deity in Tirumala Tirupati. So Mahavishnu is the being and Venkateshwara is the physical form. The Archavatara, which are the deities which are there in the temple, when they receive the Prana Pratishtha, when enlightened masters perform the Prana Pratishtha, starts reflecting the consciousness and the being, that superconscious energy. But we humans are not that mature enough to receive these higher level experiences from the Archavatara directly. That is the reason Avatar, the Nija Avatara, the physical embodied form, comes down to bridge this very gap and to create an experience of superconscious energy in every one of us. Because when we can see how Swamiji responds to every situation in his life, when we can see how Swamiji is going beyond the human conditionings, whether it is through the physical body, the mind, what are the conditionings that we are bound with, and when we are able to see someone who's going beyond every one of it, the very possibility opens up in us that yes, that is possible for me also. And that is the reason the physical avatar comes down. When we have the Bhava Samadhi darshan of the Nija Avatara, manifesting the beings of various dimensions of Paramashiva, those auspicious components and powerfulness of those dimensions of Paramashiva are also awakened in us. Just like I was sharing, when we see Swamiji, for example, the power that Swamiji manifests of going beyond pain. When we actually see Swamiji and he did not have the pain and no suffering, that is actually awakened in us. We know that that possibility is there in us. Carrying the same human body, and I am also carrying the same human body. That means I can raise myself to that level of Swamiji. So the various auspicious components of Swamiji, the various powerful components and dimensions of Parashiva that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, our beloved Swamiji, is radiating, you will just know beyond your logical idea that it is possible for you also. And you will start manifesting them when you receive the Bhava Samadhi darshan. The dimensions of Paramashiva manifesting in the Nija Avatara experience the same darshan. The Bhava Samadhi darshan is direct experience of costless bliss. As you know, the reason why you should be blissed, why you're getting so happy, why you're so excited. But the moment the button opens and then you see Swamiji there, starts blushing, your smile goes from cheek to cheek. And see that there is something beyond imagine, a reason why you're, and that is because Bhava Samadhi darshan is an experience of costless. During the Bhava Samadhi, being comes alive and it celebrates of the existence. Beautifully, you will see that core, innermost core of you, you might have been powerless, you might have been upset, you might have just got into a fight and came and sat, whatever is there. Suddenly, you'll just see all of that melt away and your entire being just integrates and becomes part of the Bhava Samadhi darshan. Because the energy that Swamiji radiates during the Bhava Samadhi darshan is so powerful that no time, no place, no space, nothing can be a barrier for it to enter into us. Our very muscles learn to imbibe and radiate Paramashiva. Bhava Samadhi darshan is like a window to the infinite expanse of consciousness, allowing us to glimpse the formless in a way that we can understand. It's like the conscious energy, the formless energy is always everywhere. It's like you're in a house and your windows are closed. But the sun is always bright outside. It's only when you open the window, you will receive the sunlight. That's exactly what it is. During the Bhava Samadhi darshan, it is like you opening the window to see and experience that conscious energy, that costless bliss. And it's just the most powerful experience that you could receive. And even without much effort from our side, your memory awakens to the space of Paramashiva, which is the ultimate consciousness during the Bhava Samadhi Darshan. Whether you want it or not, beyond your control and beyond your logic, you experience that state, space, and powers of Paramashiva. To have a glimpse of having the darshan of an avatar cleanses the karmas of lifetimes and creates a deep and a lasting transformation in us. Whatever you would have done in this birth, the previous births, in whichever birth it might be, the moment you have the Bhava Samadhi Darshan, it's like your entire muscles itself start recreating, regrowing. So the entire history, the past negativities, the incompletions, the powerlessness, diseases, ailments, everything will start getting healed. Because there is so much of fresh energy that comes into your system and that is there to rejuvenate you completely. And it is gratitude that enables the reflection of the fall into the space of that gratitude. And it is during that time we drop our conscious resolutions, which is the Satya Sankalpa for anything that we need or want in our life. Be ready to reflect the consciousness of Paramashiva. That's all you really need in your life to manifest the best things for you and for others in your life. When we sit in the meditation, as I shared, just sit with that intense connection with Devi Parashakti and just ask her that you want. That's all is needed. You will see that from that space of gratitude, Devi showers you with things beyond you can ever ask for or imagine. The right context to receive the darshan is that I know you are the source of everything. You are everything and you are in the embodied form of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, our beloved Swamiji. You are in his body. You are in my body also. You are the source of both. Let me connect with you. Let you reveal yourself to me. Let me be in the Bhava Samadhi of you. This is a powerful declaration with which you need to sit, where you know, I know whoever is in me is the same one in Swamiji also. That clear and powerful decision is what is the best preparation for you to enter into the Bhava Samadhi Darshan. Now, let's take a few moments to set up for the Panchopachara Puja kit. Please set up for the Panchopachara Puja kit. And the things that would be needed are the sandalwood paste or powder, flowers, incense, lamp, and the food offering. Please get these things set. We'll just take a few moments to set this up and then go to the next segment. If you have any doubts or questions, you can always feel free to ask your questions or doubts. You can put it on the Zoom chat, or you can put it on the YouTube channel, the live that is going on, any which way that you're comfortable. We'll respond to you. Yes, while we are all to get ourselves the Panchopachara. Once again, I'd like to remind every one of you to please make sure that we're also taking this time to get dressed as Devi Parashakti, and also your food offerings can be to tiny.cc/food donation. So under that you can go over, and whatever you're offering to Devi Parashakti during the Bhava Samadhi Darshan, you can fill in that, so that Devi Parashakti herself knows what you're offering. At least physically you have an opportunity to show Devi what you're offering, and for Devi to accept it. Now we're going to be looking at a beautiful video where Swamiji gives revelations about the Akashic readings and what exactly are the Akashic readings. So let us all stay tuned for that segment to listen from Swamiji himself about the revelations of the Akashic readings.
सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. I welcome you all with my love and respects. Today's subject, Akashic Records, key to your future. Understand the few sacred secrets. Even these sacred secrets are from Akashic Records. First, nothing can be destroyed. Please understand, none of your actions, thoughts, emotions, words, nothing can be destroyed. Everything is addition to existence. Every moment, every one of our thoughts, words, actions, everything just go on to existence. 10,000 years ago, what rishis were doing on the banks of Saraswati is still available in the cosmic archives as if it is happening now. Please understand, 60,000 years before, what in the Ganges civilization is available as if it is happening now with the 4D clarity, not just 3D, 4D clarity. Nothing to be destroyed in the world. Everything is stored. Akashic records are the cosmic archives of everything happened, happening, will happen. And one more important sacred secret you need to understand, time is not three as you think, past, present, future. Small which cannot see things as it is, which constantly segregates. For example, if you keep a fruit basket on the table, ordinarily if you look, you will look in one moment and the fruit basket and 5 different fruits are there. But for a child, it cannot grasp the whole thing immediately. It will say first, oh, banana, then mango, pineapple, apple. It can understand only one by one. Same way, the past, present, future, in Sanskrit we call it kala. Only an ignorant mind which cannot grasp
perceives as past, present, future, but in truth, it is not three different things. An enlightened being sees Kala as one entity, one experience, one reality. Continuously, wise men all over the world, again and again, in all religions, repeat this one truth. History repeats itself. Understand, the patterns are same. So it is not even repeating, it is rebeating. The whole life is certain rhythm with certain beats. That rhythm is continuously moving. Even the word repeating is not right word. Rebeating is right word. History is constantly rebeating itself. Because past is not dependent of future and future is not independent from the past. They are just single unit. Your innermost consciousness can just experience all three at a time. Simply, it can experience. Past, present, future. All these three are just the very integral part of your inner space. When your consciousness leans towards past, it is caught in greed. When it leans future, it is caught in fear. When it is the present, it is inspired. Please understand, when it moves towards the future, it is caught in fear. That is why it jumps to greed. Fear is a wound, greed is a medicine. When greed is a wound, fear is a medicine. Fear heals greed, greed heals fear. Fear reduces greed, greed reduces fear. Greed reduces the fear and brings you back to the reality. And greed reduces the fear and brings you back to reality. Past, future, all three are one entity, one existence, one unity. Just with the consciousness which does not get stuck in the fear or in the greed, you can see the whole. You can see the whole. Understand? You can see the whole. Past, present, and future.
I'll give you a very simple understanding. As and now, each one of you will be having some fears about the future, some desire about the future. Constantly your inner mind will be projecting your fears are going to be reality. But your desires are saying, no, your desires should become reality. So now leave both. Leave the fight to your fears and desires. You just back out in the fight without supporting fear or desires. Please understand. If you just distance yourself from your fears or desires, even now, just distance yourself, back out, and look at the future without any action. You will simply be able to see your past, your future, your present. All three of them does not have watertight compartmented separation or boundary walls. It is just one flowing into the another. I can't even say another. One is synchronized into the another. The word another has to be used because no other word. It is just extension of one into another. I tell you, just today morning what was happening in me. I got up and sat. I was waiting for all of you to gather and get ready to come for the satsang. It's a beautiful morning. So naturally, being was settling into the samadhi. I just remembered the subject I am supposed to speak, the Akashic records. The moment I remembered, I can see very clearly. My fears about the past and the desires about the future and desires about the future, both have disappeared. Both are not. Just sitting on the pure inspiration, pure energy, I could see very clearly the past and future are not two different things. It is just extension of the other. Only when you are too much caught in the past, you are caught in fear or greed. Only when you are caught too much in fear or greed, you feel past and future is separate entities. I am explaining very subtle truth, very subtle concepts. If you understand expressing now itself, great. Enjoy. If not, don't worry. Next 1 week, every night before going to sleep, take 1 spoon of Aitaki powder that has a capacity
to make your brain grow subtle grooves which will make you understand these great truths. It is called ojas. See, the subtle grooves in the brain is called ojas, which needs high level of oxygen in your body, which has a capability to make you understand these great truths. See, utter the word, disassociate yourself from fear and greed, and just watch. You see your past and future extension of same mechanism, same energy. It is not two different entity. When I utter these words, how many of you feel it is really clicking in you? You may not completely experience it or realize it, but the words I am uttering is clicking. Yes, it is catching. You feel it sounds true. How many of you feel? Please raise your hand. I just wanted to see. Great. Great. Please understand, because I am taking you to the very subtle truths. Akashic records are the verbal, visual, five-dimensional document. When I say five-dimensional, I mean any incident as it is happened, including the cell that was there at that moment. The smell and the feeling of touch means the weather, temperature, visual, sound, and the emotion. All five dimensions are packed and recorded in the Akashic records. Please understand, just like a film in the camera captures two dimensions of visualization and verbalization. The video camera, visualization and verbalization, both are same way. The film in the cosmos is space. In the space, all five dimensions, sound, visuals, smell, taste, and touch, all five dimensions of whatever is happening is continuously getting recorded. As the future is nothing but the extension of the past, the future is also predetermined. The course of the future is predetermined. Please understand. In the past, in India, people were sitting on the floor, having plates and eating with the hands. Idlis, cold breakfast. Then, now people sit on the dining table, use the spoons and forks, maybe eating pizza. In the future, they may be sitting somewhere, eating something, using something. That may change in future, but they were eating only through mouth in the past, now also only through mouth. In future also they will be eating only through mouth. That cannot be changed. So the major things in the past or in the present or in the future cannot be changed. Please understand, when I utter the word future is predetermined. Realize the freedom in you. Don't be frustrated. Opponents and the parts which puts you in restful awareness are predetermined. Let me describe more clearly. The parts which affects you with fear and greed always have a possibility for innovation. If you are affected by the fear of a snake or greed of something, those things can be changed in your future because that is not reality. But there is something which is reality, which always puts you in restful awareness. That cannot be changed. Let me give you one example. From Vedanta, I know I am talking about very subtle concepts, very subtle truths. If you are a new person, new visitor, and it is too much for you, I sincerely apologize. But the subject Akashic records is too big subject. I have to reveal the truths. Please understand. In the dark night, you are walking in a forest alone. A rope is lying on your way. The moment you see first thing, naturally, you will have the fear stroke. It may be snake. I have so much of power. It will show as if that end of that rope is moving little bit. That's power of our eyes. So you'll have the fear stroke. In few minutes, if you observe that rope very closely, strongly, intensely, suddenly you will realize, no, it is not snake, it is just ordinary rope lying. Then you will just settle down, relax. First, the impact happening on you, that fear. The second, the realization of you relaxing into the restful awareness. So these two components are there in this whole incident. This falling back into the restful awareness can't be changed even in future. The restful awareness is reality that does not change past or in the present or in the future. When I say future is predetermined, I mean the component of the restful awareness is predetermined. You have to fall back on the restful awareness. So be free. You have no suffering. No incident in your future can destroy you. You have to fall back on the restful awareness. It is predetermined destiny of every being. But the component of this fear can be changed. Instead of the fear of the snake, you may superimpose alligator on that rope. If it's a big rope with few stones around it, few leaves placed around, you can project an alligator instead of snake. So the possibility of the projection is
the changeable part of your future. And the possibility of falling back on the restful awareness is predetermined part of your future. When enlightened masters say future is predetermined, they are saying the truth. When enlightened masters say future can be changed, can be altered, they are saying the truth. Please understand. When enlightened masters are saying future cannot be altered, it is predetermined, they are saying the truth. When enlightened masters are saying future can be altered, it is your freedom, they are saying the truth. When enlightened masters are saying both are truth, they are saying the truth.
Yes. So here we listen from Swamiji very beautifully about the revelations of what the Akashic readings are and how the past, present, future, there is no watertight compartment among all these three, and they're all the one and the same. And when you go beyond the time and space, that is when you experience and understand this. So your future is predetermined, and at the same time you also have the freedom to change your future. And of course, as we all know, we have all been constantly blessed by Devi Parashakti in these Akashic readings, especially at this time during the COVID pandemic. While the entire world is paranoid about not knowing what is going to happen next, and so much of stress, mental breakdown, emotional breakdown, trauma that is caused through various different levels, psychological, mental, physical, the number of deaths, the physical deaths that are happening in multiple different levels, the coronavirus is affecting the entire humanity, the entire planet Earth. And Devi Parashakti, out of a sheer compassion and love, as the mother, the solution from the Akashic readings for us to be able to handle the current coronavirus pandemic. And now we're going to be seeing what are the revelations by Devi Parashakti herself from the Akashic readings and records about the COVID pandemic and how we can handle this coronavirus pandemic. Please stay tuned for this segment.
Just be alive for next 3 years. Don't die within next 3 years. Just don't die within next 3 years. Be alive. Somehow be alive. I'm working sincerely. I will reach you somehow. Somehow I will reach you. I will reach you wherever you are. It's my commitment to humanity. Just don't die within next 3 years. I will reach you wherever you are, whichever corner of the world you may be. I will reach you with enlightenment. You manifesting the space, state, powers, being of Paramashiva. It is possible, and it is possible for you. Paramashiva will reach you with enlightenment signs. I know he is going to do the job. just be alive for next 3.
Let us now look at Devi Parashakti's Akashic readings on Adi Kailasha, which is the ship which is going to take us beyond this entire pandemic. I request every one of you to please come to the space of listening, to see and listen completely, and be benefited in our life by these revelations as to how we can handle the current situation.
ஓம் 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 ஓங்காரத்துயர்ந்து பாங்காய் வேதமொடு ஆகமமாய் வெளிப்பட்டு ரீங்காரமாய் மலர்ந்து பரஷோடசியாய் நிறைந்து 40 முக்கோணம் வாழும் கையிலை ஸ்ரீபுரச் சிந்தாமணி கிருகத்தில் இருக்கும் கைலாச சுவாமினி பரஷோடசி பரமசிவன் பாகம் அமர் பாராளும் பரமேஸ்வரி பரமசக்தி மனோன்மணி மீனாட்சி நித்யானந்தனாய் நிஜாவதாரம் கொண்டேன் இங்கு எல்லோர்க்கும் நல்வரம் தந்திட எல்லா நன்மையும் அருளிட ஹிரண்ய கர்ப்பஸ்வரூபிணி பிரம்மாண்டயோனி சாம்பவி சந்திரமௌலி ரபலா அபர்ணா உமா பார்வதி சாவித்ரி நவயவனா சாம்ராஜ்யலக்ஷ்மி பரமேஸ்வரி பரஷோடசி மீனாட்சி நித்யானந்தனாய் உருக்கொண்டு இங்கு நிஜாவதாரமாய் வந்தேன். அருட்பெருங்கருணையினால் அருளுகின்றேன் கேளுங்கள். மக்களே, உங்கள் எல்லோருக்கும் நன்மை செய்யவே நாம் இங்கு நித்யானந்தன் வடிவு கொண்டு நிஜாவதாரமாய் இறங்கி வந்தோம். இந்திய நாட்டு மக்களே, கேட்டுக்கொள்ளுங்கள், நன்றாய் கேளுங்கள். காலம் காலமாய் அவதார புருஷர்கள் வந்து மலர்ந்து உலகிற்கு நன்மை செய்யும் மிக பெரும் ஞான பூமி பாரதம் இருக்கின்ற ஒரு பாரதத்தை இயலாது மக்களே. ஞான கர்ப்பத்தை மலடாக்க இயலாது. வாழையடி வாழையென ஞானிகளும் அவதார புருஷர்களும் வந்தே தீர வேண்டும், வாழ்ந்தே தீர வேண்டும், மலர்ந்தே தீர வேண்டும். உலகிற்கு அதுவே உத்தம நன்மை. ஒரு சில கயவர்கள் மாயையில் சிக்கி செய்திட்ட சதிகளால் உலகை பலி கொடுக்க ஆகாது. சிருஷ்டி நஷ்டமடைய கூடாது. பிரபஞ்சம் அழிந்துவிடக் கூடாது. பிரளயத்து இருந்து இந்த பிரபஞ்சத்தை காக்கவே பெரும் கப்பல் நான் ஒன்று செய்தேன். அதன் பெயரே ஆதி கைலாசம். ஆதி கைலாசம் இந்த பிரபஞ்சத்தில் இருக்கும் ஞான சக்திகளை ஒன்றாய் திரட்டி பிரளயத்திலிருந்து மக்களை காத்திடவே நாம் செய்த கப்பல். துரோகிகள் சூழ்ச்சியாலும் விரோதிகள் ஆட்சியாலும் வழியின்றி கப்பலை விட்டு மாலுமியே ஒதுங்க வேண்டிய காலம் வந்ததையா. அதனால்தான் ககனம் கொந்தளித்து பேரழிவை நோக்கி சென்று கொண்டிருக்கின்றது. மக்களே, அறியாத தனத்தினால் மாயையில் சிக்கி குழந்தைகள் தவறு செய்தாலும் பிரபஞ்சம் அழியாது காக்க வேண்டியது பராசக்தி. பரமசக்தி பரஷோடசி மனோன்மணியன் பொறுப்பென்பதால் சத்தியங்கள் சிலவற்றை சொல்லுகின்றேன், நன்றாய் கேட்டுக் கொள்ளுங்கள். அடுத்த சில மாதங்களில் 1000 அல்ல, லட்சம் அல்ல, கோடியில் உயிர்கள் பலியாகும். இந்திய நாட்டினில் கோடியில் உயிர்கள் பலியாகும். உண்மையை சொல்லுகின்றேன், நன்மையை சொல்லுகின்றேன், தேடிக் கொள்ளுங்கள் உங்கள் வாழ்க்கைக்கு பாதுகாப்பை. ஆதி கைலாசத்தை நிர்வகிக்கும் அன்பர்களே, நன்றாய் கேளுங்கள். 12 ஆண்டுகளுக்கு முன்பாக வரப்போகும் இந்த மாபெரும் பிரளயத்தை தெரிந்து கொண்டு உலகில் இருக்கும் எல்லா ஔஷத சக்திகளையும் ஒன்றாய் திரட்டி நவபாஷாணத்து நிறுத்தி ஆனந்த லிங்கமாய் வைத்திய சரோவரத்தில் ஸ்தாபித்து வைத்தேன். வருகின்ற குருவோடு 12 ஆண்டுகள் அந்த ஞான ரசவாதம் பழுத்து முதிர்ந்து முழுமையான நவபாஷாண லிங்கமாய் மலர்ந்து விடுகின்றது. வருகின்ற குரு பௌர்ணமியில் இருந்து வருகின்ற எல்லோரும் அங்கு வந்து நவபாஷாண தீர்த்தத்தில் தீர்த்தமாடி செல்ல அனுமதியுங்கள். அதற்கு வகை செய்யும் விதத்திலே நல்ல முறையிலே எல்லா நன்மையும் செய்து வையுங்கள். இந்த தீர்த்தத்தில் தீர்த்தமாடியோர்க்கும் அந்த தீர்த்தத்தை அருந்தியோர்க்கும் கொரோனா கொடுந்தொற்று வராது, மரணம் இல்லை, துக்கம் இல்லை. இது அறிவியல் பூர்வமாய் அனுபவ பூர்வமாய் நிரூபிக்கப்படும். அதனால் கோடிக்கணக்கில் மக்கள் வரிசையில் நின்று தினந்தோறும் வந்து நவபாஷாணத்தாலான ஆனந்த லிங்கத்தில், நித்யானந்த லிங்கத்தில் நீராடி வணங்கி நன்மை பெற்றுச் செல்வார்கள். நன்றாய் கேளுங்கள் மக்களே. ஆதி கைலாசத்து நிர்வாகிகளே, இந்த ஒரு சேவையை உலகத்திற்கு செய்யுங்கள். நீங்கள் செய்த எல்லா கர்மங்களுக்கும் பிராயஷ்சித்தமாகும். நல் அமைதியும் ஞானமும் யோங்களுக்கும் கிட்டும், உலகத்திற்கும் கிட்டும். 12 ஆண்டுகள் முன்பாக பராசக்தி நான் செய்து வைத்த நவபாஷாணம் சித்தித்து புளித்து பழுத்து முதிர்ந்து ரசவாத யோகத்தில் சித்தியாகி இன்று நிறைந்த நவபாஷாண நித்யானந்த லிங்கமா வைத்திய சரோவரத்தில் மலர்ந்திருக்கின்றது. இதை செய்த காரணம் வரப்போகும் பிரபஞ்சத்தின் பிரளயத்திலிருந்து மக்களை காத்திடவே. எல்லோரும் கேளுங்கள். ஆதி கைலாசத்து நேரடியாய் மறைமுகமாய் உதவி செய்து உடன் இருந்த எல்லோரும் கேளுங்கள். உங்கள் எல்லோரையும் நம்பியே இந்த படகை நாம் உருவாக்கினோம். இந்த பெரும் சேவையில் எல்லோரும் வந்து பாகமாயிருந்து கொரோனா வராதவர், வந்தவர், வந்து நீங்கியோர், இவர்கள் எல்லோருக்கும் மாபெரும் மருந்து நவபாஷாண நித்யானந்த லிங்கத்து தீர்த்த விருந்து எல்லோரும் வந்து நல் நீராடி தற்காப்பும் பெற்று நோய் கண்டவர் நோயும் தீர்ந்து நன்மையெல்லாம் அடைந்த நாட்டு மக்கள் உங்களால் இயன்றதை செய்திடுங்கள். உங்கள் எல்லோர்க்கும் நல் பாதுகாப்பும் உண்டு, நல்லதும் உண்டு. என்னை இழந்தாலும் என்னை நீங்கள் மறுத்தாலும் உங்களை நான் காப்பேன், அஞ்சாதீர்கள். பெருங்கருணை பேரருளால் நான் செய்து வைத்த கப்பலை உபயோகித்து இந்த ஆழிப்பிரயத்தின் பெருங்கூத்து ஊழிக்கூத்திலிருந்து உங்களை காத்துக் கொள்ளுங்கள். உண்மையை சொல்லிவிட்டேன், நன்மையை சொல்லிவிட்டேன். பிராயஷ்சித்தம் வேண்டுமென்றும் காப்பாற்ற வேண்டுமென்றும் கதறிய பக்தர்கள் எல்லோருக்கும் பெருங்கருணையினால் தீர்வை தந்து விட்டேன். அன்பர்களே, பக்தர்களே, சீடர்களே, என் சொல் கேட்கும் நேர்மையான தொண்டர்களே, புயல் என புறப்படுங்கள் ஆதி கைலாசத்திற்கு. தேவையானதெல்லாம் உடனடியாய் செய்து வரப்போகும் மக்களுக்கெல்லாம் அன்னதானம் செய்து அவர்கள் நல்லபடி வைத்திய சரோவரத்தில் தீர்த்தமாடி நவபாஷாண மருந்தையே விருந்தாய்க் கொண்டு நோயிலிருந்து தற்காப்பும் பெற்று உயிர்காப்பும் பெற்று நல்லபடியாய் வாழ்ந்திட தேவையான சேவைகளை செய்யுங்கள். இதுதான் உங்கள் எல்லோருக்கும் பிராயஷ்சித்தம். நித்யானந்தன் வடிவு தாங்கி நிஜாவதாரமாய் நான் இந்திய நாட்டில் வந்தபொழுது என்னை வைத்து வாழாத பெருங்குற்றற்கு பிராயஷ்சித்தம் இதுவே உங்களுக்கு. இதை யாவது செய்து, இது ஒன்றையாவது செய்து உங்களையும் காத்துக் கொள்ளுங்கள், நாட்டையும் காத்திடுங்கள். கோடிகளில் உயிர்கள் போகப் போகின்றது என்பதை நேரில் காண்பீர்கள். கண்ட பிறகுதான் நான் சொல்லும் வார்த்தையின் சத்தியமும் உண்மையும் உங்களுக்கு புரியப் போகின்றது. அழிவதற்கு முன் வந்து நவபாஷாண மருந்தை விருந்தாய்ப் பெற்று மரணத்திலிருந்து உங்களை காத்துக் கொள்ளுங்கள். மக்கள், இது ஒன்றே வழி. ஓம் ஓம் ஓம். பெருங்கருணை பேரருளால் அன்னை பராசக்தி அருளினேன் சத்தியத்தை. இந்த ஒரு சத்தியத்தை உடனடியாய் புரிந்து கொண்டு உங்களுக்கும் உலகத்துக்கும் நன்மை செய்து கொள்ளுங்கள். ஆதி கைலாசத்து நித்யானந்த லிங்கத்தின் எல்லைக்குள் ஆருக்கும் கொரோனா கொடுந்தொற்று தீண்டாது. இந்த சத்தியத்தை அனுபவபூர்வமாகவும் அறிவியற்பூர்வமாகவும் முழுமையாக நீங்கள் புரிந்து கொள்வீர்கள். இது நிரூபணமாகும். அன்னை பராசக்தி 12 ஆண்டுகளுக்கு முன்பா உள்ள ஞான ஔஷத சக்திகள் அனைத்தையும் பிரம்மாண்ட யோனி ஹிரண்ய கர்ப்பத்திலிருந்து கொண்டு வந்து உருவாக்கி வைத்த நவபாஷாண லிங்கம் இன்று பிரளயத்திலிருந்து காக்கும் பெரும் கப்பலாய் உங்களுக்கு ஊதாவும். என்னை இழந்தாலும் நான் செய்து வைத்த இந்த ரசவாத ஞானத்தின் துணை இழக்காமல் உங்களை நீங்களே காத்துக் கொள்ளுங்கள். இது ஒன்றே வழி. மக்களே, இது ஒன்றே வழி. ஓம் 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 ஓம்.
Yes, we listened from Devi Parashakthi herself. Among this entire COVID pandemic that is there, and how Devi Parashakthi continues to grace, continues to bless, continues to reach out to every one of us. Now, by this great opportunity of the Adi Kailasa, the Nityananda Lingam that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has installed, let us now actually look at the translation in English for everyone to understand. People of India, listen properly. Bharat is the great enlightened land where time to time Avatara Purushas have come, blossom and do good to the world. The only Bharata which is there cannot be lost. People, the enlightened womb cannot be made sterile. For generations after generations, Jnanis and Avatara Purushas have come to live. Only that is the best good to the world. World cannot be sacrificed for the sake of conspiracies that is done by some ignorant thieves who got stuck in Maya. Srishti should not have the loss. Cosmos should not have destruction. To save the cosmos from Pralaya, I made a huge ship. Its name is Adi Kailasa. Adi Kailasa is that ship which will gather all the enlightened powers of this cosmos and save the people from Pralaya. Through the tricks of the traitors, the rule of the enemies without any other way out, time came for the sailor itself to leave. That is why the sky is boiling and moving towards huge destruction. People, even if children do the mistakes in ignorance by getting stuck in Maya, as it is Parashakti, Paramashakti, Parashodashi, Manonmani, my responsibility to save the cosmos from destruction, I am telling some truths. Listen properly. Within the next few months, not in thousands or lakhs, lives will be lost in crores. Crores of lives will be lost in India. I am telling the truth. I am telling you the good. Search for protection for your life. Loved ones, administering our world, withholding in the Navapashana, I installed it in the Anandalinga in the Vaidya Sarovar. In the coming Guru Purnima, that enlightenment alchemy will come to fruition and maturity and blossom completely as an Avapashana. For the upcoming Guru Purnima, I love everyone coming there to take bath in the sacred Navapashana Lingam. Make all the needed arrangements in all ways. For that, deadly corona will not come to those who drink the tirtha and take the sacred bath. There is no death, there is no suffering. This will be scientifically and experientially proved. So crores of people will come every day standing in queue to take the sacred bath and worship Anandana Pashana Lingam and leave receiving goodness. Listen properly, people. Kailasa administrators, do this one seva. It will be a prayaschitta to all the karma you did. You and the whole world will have good peace, enlightenment, and fortune. The Navapashana made by me 12 years before is in fruition, fermented, matured in alchemy yogam. Today, as fulfilled Navapashana, it has blossomed as a Nityananda Linga in Vaidya Sarovar. The reason for doing this is to save people from the cosmic pralaya. Everyone listen. Every one of you who were with Adi Kailasa, helping directly and indirectly, listen. I created this ship trusting you all. In this great seva, everyone being a part, people who do not get corona, people who are affected with corona, people who got recovered from corona, for all of them, great medicine is the Tirtha, the treat of Navapashana Nityanga. Everyone come, take the good sacred bath, have self-protection, diseases of diseased getting healed. To attain all the goodness, O people of India, do whatever you can. Good protection is there for all of you. Goodness is there. Even if you lost me, even if you reject me, I will protect you. Do not fear. Use the ship made by me with great compassion and grace, and protect yourself from this cosmic deluge. I told you the truth. I told you the goodness. For all the devotees who cried for protection, I gave the solution with great compassion. O devotees, disciples, and honest volunteers, start as a cyclone to Adi Kailasa, doing all that is needed immediately. Do Annadana to the people who will be coming and taking bath in the Navapashana, having the medicine of the Navapashana as the feast, getting self-protection from the disease, having soul protection to live in goodness, do all needed seva. This is the prayaschitta for all of you. This is the prayaschitta for the huge crime of not having me when I came to India, taking the form of Nityananda as an Nijavatara. Do at least this. Do at least this one thing. Save yourself and the country. You will directly see crores of lives getting lost. Only after seeing, you will understand the truth of my words. Before getting destroyed, have the Navapashana medicine as feast and save yourself from death. People, this is the only way. With great compassion and grace, Mother Parashakti I bestowed with the truth. Understand this one truth immediately and do good to yourself and the world. No one in the boundary of Adi Kailasa Nityananda Linga will be touched by the deadly infection corona. And this truth completely, both scientifically and experientially. This will be proved. Mother Parashakti, before 12 years, this Navapashana Lingam was created, gathering all Ana Aushadha Shaktis from the Brahmanda Yoni, Hiranyagarbha. Today, it will help as a great ship to save Pralaya. Even if you lost me, don't lose the protection of the alchemy enlightenment created by me and save yourself. This is the only way, O people. This is the only way. This is the greatest revelation by Devi Parashakti herself. The Adi Kailasa Sarvagnya Peetam, which is the cosmic ship built by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism himself. He's been there, spending his entire life, time, energy, wealth, powers, resources, literally his entire being, and made the Adi Kailasa, the ship to protect everyone from this great deluge and pralaya. As Devi Parashakti revealed, today we are looking at lives in India that are lost in crores. The numbers have started reaching the peak. And especially the third wave of the coronavirus, one of the most deadliest ways that the entire world is being affected. Even vaccinations that are provided, many of them are not directly helpful in any way. There are so many reports also that are coming that the vaccines itself cause death in multiple people. As Devi Parashakti is revealing with great compassion and grace, let us all decide to come to Adi Kailasa Sarvagnya Peetam, become the Sena, the Paramashiva Sena, to make what Devi Parashakti has revealed and do good to ourselves and to the entire world. That is the only way we can protect ourselves from this deluge and do good to the entire world. Each and every one of you who are watching us live on the Nityananda TV, the Facebook Live and the YouTube Live, if you are in India and you are in a position in any part of the world and you feel you can come down here to Adi Kailasa, immediately move. We'll be projecting the registration form where you can sign up to become the Adinavasi or to come and volunteer to set up the Vaidya Sarovar, the Nityananda Linga to make all the arrangements for crores and crores of people to come and be benefited. As Devi revealed, the Navapashana Linga has now been completely flowered, has achieved its fruition after 12 years of complete alchemy that has happened. The Navapashana Linga is a concoction of 108 different herbs and 9 different poisons. And it is not just a mixture that ordinary person, but the mixture itself is possible only when an incarnation, when an enlightened master does the Aushada, the Rasavada that takes place. Knowing this, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, who is the very incarnation of Devi Parashakti herself, made the Navapashana Linga 12 years ago to protect us all from this great damage. Even though we have not taken the responsibility and have sent him out of India, the ship itself that he had created, Devi revealed, let us not miss this time, let us at least not miss this opportunity to protect ourselves by being part of this ship. All of you are watching this live, take this step to come and volunteer and to become the part of the Paramashiva Sena, to reach out these blessings, this great revelation of Devi Parashakti, and be benefited in our life. Let us now look at another revelation of Devi Parashakti on the Adi Kailasa ship, about the Anandalingam.
ஓம் ஷாலினி விஸ்வநாதன். உலகமெல்லாம் கொரோனா எனும் கொடுந்துக்கத்தால் மடிவதைக் கண்டு சகிக்க முடியவில்லை என்று கதறுகின்றாய் மகளே. என்ன செய்வது? உலகை காக்க நானும் ஒரு பெருங்கப்பல் கட்டினேன், ஆதிகைலாசம் செய்தேன். அது அழியும் பொழுது நீ காண சகிக்காது இருந்தும் கண்டும் சும்மா இருந்தீர்கள். ஆதிகைலாசம் அழியும் பொழுது கண்டு சும்மா இருந்தவர்கள் உலகம் அழியும் பொழுதும் கண்டு சும்மா இருந்தேதான் தீர வேண்டும். உங்களை காப்பதற்கு கப்பல் கட்டினேன். அந்த கப்பலை காத்திட யாரும் துணை நில்லாது அவரவர் வாழ்வை கவனிக்கச் சென்றீர்கள். இப்பொழுது படுந்துக்கத்தை நீங்கள் பட்டுதானே தீர வேண்டும். நன்றாய் புரிந்து கொள்ளுங்கள். அரசு, நீதி, நிர்வாகம், காவல், பணம் எனும் 8 துறையும் ஊடகத்தோடு சேர்ந்து மக்களுக்கு நேர்மையோ நீதியோ இல்லாது செயல்படுவதனால் மனித இனமே உருகி கரைவதை நீங்கள் பார்ப்பீர்கள். என்ன செய்வே
Sorry for the technical glitch.
ஓம் ஷாலினி விஸ்வநாதன். உலகமெல்லாம் எனும் கொடுந்துக்கத்தால் மடிவதைக் கண்டு சகிக்க முடியவில்லை என்று கதறுகின்றாய் மகளே. என்ன செய்வது? உலகை காக்க நானும் ஒரு பெருங்கப்பல் கட்டினேன், ஆதி கைலாசம் செய்தேன். அது அழியும் பொழுது நீ காண சகிக்காது இருந்தும் கண்டும் சும்மா இருந்தீர்கள். ஆதி கைலாசம் அழியும் பொழுது கண்டு சும்மா இருந்தவர்கள் உலகம் அழியும் பொழுதும் கண்டு சும்மா இருந்தேதான் தீர வேண்டும். உங்களை காப்பதற்கு கப்பல் கட்டினேன். அந்த கப்பலை காத்திட யாரும் துணை நில்லாது அவரவர் வாழ்வை கவனிக்கச் சென்றீர்கள். இப்பொழுது படுந்துக்கத்தை நீங்கள் பட்டுதானே தீர வேண்டும். நன்றாய் புரிந்து கொள்ளுங்கள். அரசு, நீதி, நிர்வாகம், காவல், பணம் எனும் 8 துறையும் ஊடகத்தோடு சேர்ந்து மக்கள் நேர்மையோ நீதியோ இல்லாது செயல்படுவதனால் மனித இனமே உருகிக் கரைவதை நீங்கள் பார்ப்பீர்கள். என்ன செய்வேன் மகளே? எத்துணையோ சொன்னேன், எத்துணையோ செய்தேன், இன்னமும் சொல்லுகின்றேன். ஞான இனம் சனாதன ஹிந்து மதம் அழியவிட மாட்டேன். கைலாசத்தில் விதை வங்கி செய்து வைத்து விடுவேன். பாரதத்தில் ஹிந்து மதம் இருக்க வேண்டுமா என்று இந்தியர்கள் முடிவு செய்து கொள்ளுங்கள். என்ன செய்வது? தன் வாழ்க்கையை தாண்டி இந்த சனாதன ஹிந்து தர்மமே வாழ்ந்திட வேண்டும் என்று வாழ்ந்திட தயாராயிருக்கும் கோடி பேர் புறப்பட்டால் லட்சம் பேரை வைத்து ஹிந்து மதத்தை கைலாசத்தில் விதை வங்கி வடிவில் சக்திகள் ஞானத்தொடு சரியை கிரியை யோக ஞானமெனும் எல்லா வகைகளோடும் வரித்து உயிரோடு வைத்து விடுவேன் பராசக்தி நான். இந்தியாவில் இந்து மதம் வாழ்வது உங்கள் பொறுப்பு. போய் வா.
Here is another revelation by Devi Parashakti about the solution and about Adi Kailasa. You are crying that you're not able to bear the lives lost in Corona all over the world. Daughter, what do I do? I built a huge ship to save the world. I made Adi Kailasa. When it was destroyed, you kept quiet even after seeing and enduring. The people who kept quiet when Adi Kailasa was destroyed has to keep quiet when the world is getting destroyed. I built a ship to save you all, but no one came forward to save the ship and went to see their own lives. Now you have to suffer the sufferings. Understand government, law, management, police, money. Like this 8 fields along with media, 8 fields as they are functioning without honesty and justice to the people, you are seeing and will see the melting of the humanity itself. What will I do, daughter? I told so many things and I did so many things. I am telling you even now, I will not let the enlightenment species, the Sanatan Hindu Dharma, to perish. I'll make a seed bank in Kailasa. Let Indians decide whether Hinduism should be in Bharat or not. What to do? When 1 crore people are ready to start living Sanatana Hindu Dharma above their personal life, Hinduism will be alive in India. With 1 lakh people, Hinduism in the form of seed bank level, along with the powers, enlightenment, Charya, Kriya, Yoga, in all categories, Parashakthi, I will keep it alive. It is your responsibility to keep Hinduism alive in India. Go and come. This is the revelation of Devi Parashakthi, especially for each and every one of us who are in India. It's our responsibility to make this happen, to make the revelations of Devi Parashakthi as our own responsibility, and to protect ourselves and the entire world from the pandemic. The entire suffering that we are facing right now, the deaths, the corruption in various levels, as Devi Parashakthi revealed, the government and all other 8 departments, along with the media, will be completely corrupt and not do the honest work, hide and cheat people, because of which the entire humanity will collapse and melt down. And we are seeing that happen already. There are so many things that are happening that are hidden from people, just for the vested interest of a few people, to hide the happenings from the main humanity. At least now, let us all take this responsibility. As Devi Parashakthi revealed, 1 crore people are needed to bring Sanatana Hindu Dharma alive in India. As Devi revealed, Swamiji will keep, he'll make the seed bank, all of these powers, enlightenment, science in Kailasa with a few lakh people, with 1 lakh people. But if in India we have to keep this enlightenment science alive, then at least 1 crore of us should put aside everything, any of our personal likes, dislikes, interests, put everything aside, decide that Hinduism is our life and jump into it. That is the only way that the entire humanity can be saved. At this point in time, where none of us know what is going to happen next, what our future is going to be, whatever money that we have earned, whatever name and fame we have earned, whatever we thought as the security before COVID, everything has lost value. You cannot eat money. In the current situation, money cannot get you beds. Money cannot get you oxygen. Even if you have all of that, you do not have a base. That is how it is. Whatever we thought as the protection, lost its value. The only thing that we can all do now is to protect ourselves, is to move, come to Adi Kailas, become part of the Paramashiva Sena, become part of this great revelation by Devi Parashakthi. Give up our likes and dislikes, our ideas, right, wrong, good, bad. Give up all of that. Sorry for the technical glitch. Let us all take this time to make sure that all of us are coming, becoming part of Adi Kailasa, to take the Prayaschitta, to do the Prayaschitta, to take the responsibility to keep Hinduism alive, and to keep each and every one of us alive. As Devi Parashakti revealed, Only if Hinduism is alive, the humanity can be alive. Let's all gather, come to Adi Kailasa Sarvanya Peetham and make all the arrangement that is needed for this huge pralaya to protect people out of this COVID pandemic by having the darshan and the sacred bath in the Vaidya Sarovar, having the tirtha of the Nityananda Linga, the Navapashana Linga, and bathing in the sacred waters of Navapashana Linga. Sign up in the link that is scrolled for every one of you and become part, come and volunteer here to be part of this great happening so you can protect yourself and the entire humanity, your own near and dear ones. Let us now listen to another revelation by Devi Parashakti on the Ananda Lingam.
சிவப்பிரியானந்தா துளி நன்றாய் சொல்வதை கேள்மகளே, இந்தியாவிற்கே பாதுகாப்பாய் அமைத்த கப்பல்தான் சிவப்பிரியானந்தா துளி நன்றாய் சொல்வதை கேள்மகளே, இந்தியாவிற்கே பாதுகாப்பாய் நான் அமைத்த கப்பல்தான் ஆதி கைலாசத்து வைத்திய சரோவரத்தில் அமைந்திருக்கும் நித்யானந்த நவபாஷாண லிங்கம். செல் ஆதி கையிலைக்கு கும்பமேளாவில் அன்னதானம் செய்து உலகிற்கெல்லாம் நல்லதைச் செய்தாய் நீ. அதேபோல் வரும் அன்பர்களுக்கெல்லாம் ஆதி கைலாசத்தில் அன்னதானம் செய்து நலம் செய்திடு. அதுவே இந்திய மக்களுக்கு நீங்கள் எல்லோரும் செய்யும் நல் திருப்பணியாகும். இந்திய நாட்டு மக்களே எல்லோரும் கேட்டுக்கொள்ளுங்கள். நித்யானந்தன் ஸ்வரூபத்தை இழந்ததை எண்ணி வருந்துவோர்கள் எல்லோரும் கேட்டுக்கொள்ளுங்கள். புலம்பாது வெறுமனே வாய்வழி போக்குக்கு வீணாய் பேசி காலத்தை வீணாக்காது செல்லுங்கள் ஆதி கையிலைக்கு. சாரி சாரியாய் கோடிக்கணக்கில் மக்கள் அங்கு வருவார்கள். இந்த பெரும் அருந்தை பெற்று உடல் நலம் அடைந்திட, பாதுகாப்பு அடைந்திட, உற்ற மனநலம் அமைதியொடு ஞானமும் கண்டிட கோடி கோடியாய் சாரி சாரியாய் மக்கள் வருவார்கள். வருபவர்களுக்கெல்லாம் அன்னதானவர்களுக்கெல்லாம் அன்னதானம் செய்து வசதிகள் வாய்ப்புகள் தந்து நல்ல சேவை செய்யுங்கள். இதுவே இந்திய நாட்டிற்கு, இந்திய மக்களுக்கு நீங்கள் செய்யும் பெரும் சேவை. இந்தியத்திற்கே துணையாயிருந்திடவே இந்த ஊழிப் பெரும் பிரளயத்திலிருந்து மக்களை காத்திடவே பராசக்தி நான் செய்து வைத்த கப்பல் ஆதி கைலாசம். மாலுமி இல்லாமல் போனாலும் கப்பல் இருக்கிறது. உபயோகப்படுத்திக் கொண்டு உயிரை I bless you all. Let you all open all your three eyes. I welcome you all with my love and respect. Let you all open all your three eyes.
In one line, if I have to put it in a simple way, seeing always each other with a tremendous love that everyone is Paramashiva. There starts Kailasa. Whether you hug each other, love each other, or ferociously train each other, the core cognition should be seeing each other as Paramashiva. That is where the seed of Kailasa starts.
I will revive Hinduism. I am a Hindu. Revivalist. 3 years. Be alive, somehow be alive. I'm working sincerely. I will reach you somehow. Somehow I will reach you. I will reach you wherever you are. It's my commitment to humanity. Just don't die within the next 3 years. I will reach you wherever you are, whichever corner of the world you may be. I will do with enlightenment. You manifesting the space, state, powers, being of Paramashiva. It is possible, and it is possible for you. Paramashiva will reach you with enlightenment science. I know he is going to do the job. Just be alive for next 3 years. Nothing else.
In one line, if I have to put it in a simple way, seeing always each other with a tremendous love, that's Paramashiva. There starts Kailasa. Whether you hug each other, love each other, or ferociously train each other, the core cause would be seeing each other as Paramashiva. That is where the seed of Kailasa starts.
All powerful cognitions, knowledge, only when you live, power manifestation and possibilities manifestation happens. This is a fundamental truth. Celebrate your existence because you are conscious. I am teaching you the pure science of enlightenment. Paramashiva Jnana. I am revealing this science to you all because I love you all. Because I love you all. Is greater science. We do everything centered on greater science of cosmos called Vedas and Agamas. That is the branding of Hinduism. That is the core center of Kailasa. That is the way Kailasa should manifest and live. I will revive Hinduism. I am a Hindu revivalist. Not by any revolution, but by evolution. and setting model communities. Kailasas, enlightenment ecosystems, Sarvanya Pitas all over the world. I welcome all of you, the whole world, to come and celebrate, enjoy not only the enlightenment ecosystem, the beauty of how it is getting revived. Be an insider for this great revival process. If you are an insider even for a startup company, you will understand not only the result of the company, even that being an insider is such a joy. Being an insider when it was happening is something extraordinary. So, I welcome all of you to come and be part of an insider of this revival of Kailasa, the enlightenment ecosystem, sovereign order of Kailasa, Kailasa nation itself. I request and welcome, invite all of you to become e-Kailasian. Get your free e-passport and make billions receive this free e-passport.
Nityananda, welcome back. We are watching the message that Swamiji had given us, the Parashakthi had given us, for all Indians, especially those who are residing in India. And let us now look at translation for this as well. What Devi Parashakthi during the Akashic reading said in Tamil language, we'll now see the translation. O Indians, listen. All those neglecting, losing Nityananda Vijayavatara without confusion and without talking just as lip service, go to Adi Kailasa. Scores of people will come there looking for health, Navapashana water feast and medicine to get health, protection and enlightenment. For all of them, give Annadan, make the facilities and opportunities. This is a great service we can do for India. To protect India from the great destruction, I, Parashakthi, made this huge ship. Even if captain is not there, ship is there. Protect your life by doing this service. Now, this is a message exclusively given by Devi Parashakthi. An intense message, a message of compassion, message of hope for all the people who live in the Bharatvarsha, live in India, to ensure that all of us are protected and ensure that health is restored, destruction of COVID reversed, and we can save ourselves. This is a direct message from Devi Parashakthi during the Akashic reading as she manifested in the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. His Divine Holiness, Jagat Guru Mahasavidhanam, Bhagavan Nityananda. This is the core of the message from the abundant compassion that Devi Parashakti revealed. This is the only way that we can resurrect ourselves, to regain our lives, to stop the destruction, to stop further destruction, to save ourselves from the current pandemic. Devi Parashakti said, "Oh Indians, listen. If you are the ones who are regretting that the Nijavatara, Bhagavan Nityananda Paramahansa, is not available, it's not here, you're regretting losing the Nijavatara, don't be confused. Without confusion, without just as lip service, go to Adi Kailasha. This is the message that Devi Parashakti has given. Go to Adi Kailasha. We will have scores of people who will come there looking for help, looking for healing from the Navapashana water. They'll be looking for that medicine to get help and to get protection and ultimately enlightenment. For all of them, give annadam, give them food offering, make the facilities and the opportunities. Devi Parashakti says, this is the great service we can do for India. To protect India from the great destruction, I, Parashakti, made this huge ship, the Ananda Linga, which is made of the Navapashana, the 9 poisons, to be understood in the right context. Poisons as not the poisons that we know from the traditional meaning of the word. Poisons that remove all the negative from the even if the cap is not there, the ship is there. As Devi Parashakti mentioned, the Ananda Lingam, the Nityananda Linga in Adi Kailasha, comes to its fruition on the Guru Purnima. On the day of Guru Purnima, it comes to fruition. The alchemy, the Rasavada, the alchemy process, comes to its fruition, comes to its maturity. So when the Navapashana Linga, the Nityananda Linga, is now available as medicine, as an antidote to the current crisis. So scores of people will come and line up to receive this blessing from the Nityananda Linga. And Devi Parashakti's message is very clear for all the people who are regretting that the Nijavatara is lost for India. Line up and ensure they go to Adi Kailasha. Not serving the scores of people who will come there to receive the blessings. Give them under the sun, offer food, and give them all the facilities, make all the arrangements, ensure that the scores of people coming in are served. The scores will come for their help, to restore their health, to receive the healing blessings, and for enlightenment as well. So serving them is the best way that we can all save ourselves. This is Devi Parashakti's direct message to all of us. The first step, go to Adi Kailasha, start serving food, start serving the people, make the arrangements, make everything possible for the people who will come to receive the healing from the Nityananda Navapashana Linga. So, this message is a call for all of us to receive the blessings, to be able to resurrect ourselves, to restore ourselves, to ensure that further destruction is not going to happen. Let's look at the situation happening in India today. How COVID is affecting various aspects of our life. In particular, how it is affecting the mental health. You see all over the news, all the headlines are really screaming. India reports over 400,000 fresh COVID-19 cases for the first time. Over 66 lakh COVID-19 cases in April. Coronavirus, no vaccination in Mumbai for 3 days from tomorrow. And deaths rise in Bengaluru slums amid low COVID-19 testing. India COVID, Delhi running out of space for cremations. So if you see the whole pandemic, the after effects are spread out all over the country, from Delhi to Bangalore to Mumbai to everywhere, all over the place, to Mumbai, all over the place. The situation is worse, and the conditions are very clear to see. The situation is going out of control. So there is a lot of news that we are hit with on a daily basis. For example, here, Maharashtra reports 26,616 new cases and 516 deaths in just 24 hours. This was on May 17th, just recently, 4 days ago. The Maharashtra government has reported more than 26,000 cases, new cases, and 516 deaths in one 24-hour cycle, in one single day. And there is also so much of confusion. Yes. The number of reports that are coming in, then the authenticity of the reports are also under question. By hiding the real number of COVID-19 cases, deaths, some Indian states are disempowering people, says this article. Going with several media reports, the number of deaths is much higher than what is being officially documented. So this brings to question all the reports that are seen in the news. Whatever is being reported is actually much lesser according to this particular report, according to this particular article, which questions the authenticity of the reporting that is being done. Reports suggest the number of fatalities in some cities are almost 10 to 15 what is being actually revealed, particularly by crematoria, municipal administrations, and other local governing bodies. One disclaimer is that whether these deaths are because of COVID-19 or not is something that is not known. We do not know either way. But the number of deaths that are happening, according to this report, are 10 to 15 times more than what is actually being revealed in the numbers that are officially being released. So what really is the pandemic's effect on society? What other areas are getting affected? 400 million full-time jobs are lost in terms of working hours. Among the worst hit are the 1.6 billion workers in the informal economy. Young people, women, and persons with disabilities. It's a stat: 1.6 billion workers are hit by the pandemic. They are economically hit, and they are young people, women, and persons with disabilities. They are very much affected. 400 million full-time jobs are getting lost. That is a huge, staggering number. It has a drastic effect on the society. A significant 53% of Indian businesses indicate the marked impact of the COVID-19 pandemic on business operations, even at the early stages. The pandemic has significantly impacted the cash flow at organizations, with almost 80% reporting a decrease in cash flow. So there is an economic slump because of this pandemic. There is a staggering decline in the cash flow. Almost 80% of the organizations are reporting that there is a decrease in the cash flow. From June 24 to June 30, Last year, around 22% of essential workers reported seriously considering suicide in the past month. And this, again, is a staggering number. 22% of all essential workers considering suicide in the past month, which means this is something that beyond their imagination, it is going beyond what they feel they can manage and they can address. This statistic illustrates the percentage of US adults who reported increased substance use or suicidal ideation related to the COVID pandemic by employment skills. So it is clear, it is widespread, and also how when the pandemic situation happens, there is nowhere to turn. People are looking for solutions, but they are not finding them.
For next 3 years, don't die. Within next 3 years, I guarantee you, I will reach you wherever you are. I'll reach you are. Just don't die within next 3 years. Be alive, somehow be alive for next 3 years. I will reach you wherever you are, whichever corner of the world you may be. I will reach you with enlightenment. Understand? It will be as easy as putting the bread from the plate, from your plate into your mouth and converting that into your blood. That's it. I will make enlightenment as easy as the bread in your hand getting into your mouth and becoming blood. I will reach it to you wherever you are. It's my commitment to humanity. Understand? Just be alive for next 3 years. Nothing else. Just don't die within next 3 years. I'm working sincerely. I will reach you somehow. Somehow I will reach you. Wherever you may be.
As you just saw, Supreme Court of Jerusalem had a clear solution. He simply mentioned, and this was 3 years ago. 3 years ago.
When I told, just please don't die for next 3 years, I will reach enlightenment to you. Many people told me, attacked me, abused me. They never understood the seriousness with which I was uttering those words. I was repeating it. When I say to die for next 3 years, do not die. Within next 3 years, somehow be alive, I will reach out to you. I really mean, please understand, it's not that I have some marketing plan through which I am going to reach out. I know when something powerful happens, how powerfully it reaches out to the whole world and it reaches out to the whole humanity. I know the powerful way Paramashiva is manifesting through this body. I know he is going to do the job. That is why I am so confident and putting this in public record. Just be alive, don't die within next 3 years. Paramashiva will reach you with enlightenment signs. Of course, whether to have it or not is your freedom. He will reach out to you free of charge, free of other commitment. Whether to manifest it or not is up to you, but he will reach out to you. As easy as putting the bread from your plate into your mouth and making it into blood, your blood. Understand? Of course, you will have a freedom to put it from the plate into your mouth or not. That's your freedom. But I'll serve it in your plate and bring it to you. That is see. It will be reached out. In my vision, I saw very clearly what is coming. Please understand. I wanted to put it on record once more in public satsang. I know this great pralaya is going to happen in 2020. From 2012, I started preparing people consciously to have a super conscious breakthrough, to see through this pralaya and help the humanity have a super conscious breakthrough. I am absolutely committed to give super conscious breakthrough to humanity. Whoever is ready to listen to me, I am here to protect, save, anyone who recognizes my identity, who recognizes me. I am here to save, protect you from this great pralaya and give you super conscious breakthrough. I am here to give super conscious breakthrough and protect anyone who recognizes my identity as Paramashiva. Whoever recognizes me, I am going to save all of them, protect all of them, give them super conscious breakthrough.
As we saw in those series of videos,
I'm going to start meeting all of you physically.
solutions. Swamiji has been giving solutions. 3 years ago, he said, just be alive. I will bring the solutions. I will bring enlightenment to you. All you do is just be alive. But as you also saw, that when this video happened, when this message was delivered, so many people, they simply laughed at it or ridiculed it. Because at that time, just being alive felt like such an easy thing to do. But things have changed. Now, when we bring the same equation of staying alive, we don't know. We don't know anymore. We don't know who the virus will attack and who will succumb to it. There are some considerations, some ideas that we can frame, but still, it is a huge uncertainty that is hanging over our heads. 3 years ago, Swamiji mentioned this. And he also mentioned this message, as he has delivered, is for those who really want to save ourselves. The healing, the protection is there in front of us. It is really up to us to either take it or leave it, or not partake into it. And then he also made a commitment that he will protect all of us. Those who surrender, those who look for blessing, look for healing from Swamiji, he will take care, he will protect us. So many spiritual solutions that Swamiji has given to heal ourselves from COVID-19. Multiple techniques, processes that he has given, which will help us deal with COVID-19, which will help us protect ourselves from COVID-19. Let's look at all the solutions that are given by Swami Spirit. Here, Swamiji beautifully gives us the understanding of maintaining the physical and mental states, how we can regroup ourselves and not be affected by what is going on, either at the physical level and the mental level. A barrage of news, which can be quite depressing, which can be bringing us into low mood. How we can protect ourselves, how we can maintain our physical and mental states during this corona period. Let's take a listen.
What is